Hello ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome back to Force Strategy Gaming. I've got a commentary for you today. Today's matchup is going to be between RoXKISPomi here as our red Protoss player, and here in the bottom left position we do have WhiteOwl as the blue Zerg player. So we are going to be a PvZ. We are here on Tal'Darim Altar, and I am looking forward to this matchup. How is everybody doing today? I'm doing just dandy. It is Friday, getting ready for the weekend. At least this video is recorded on Friday, so yeah, what are you guys doing on the weekend? Let me know in the comments below. Are you playing a ton of StarCraft? Are you doing anything outdoors, anything fun and dandy? I'll be gone for the weekend, as almost always. Typically, I'm just scooting out on the weekends, but I do try to still provide you guys with content recorded prior to Saturday, and then, yeah, Sundays are my day off. So anyways, that's enough about me. Let's go into the matchup here. We do have RoXKISPomi. Looks like he will be going for a Forge Fast expand. We can see here, definitely indicated by the pylon placement right outside of his natural expansion. Back over here for WhiteOwl. No major indicators as of yet. We will have to wait and see until he hovers around the 14-15 supply mark. If he decides to drop that expansion first, or if he indeed decides to open up with a fast pool extractor and then expanding at around 21 supply. Those are obviously the two most prevalent openings that we see from Zerg players. Pomi scouting in the upper left position first, which was, of course, the incorrect position. It does look like he will be heading right into WhiteOwl's base, though, in just one moment. And taking a look back over here, WhiteOwl getting ready to make that next step. And actually, no, he decided to go pool first. And let's keep an eye out. Let's see if he decides to get that extractor sometime in the relatively near future. He could hold off on that entirely and get that hatchery first, but I almost expect that extractor to be coming out sometime soon. Back over here for RoXKISPomi, we can see the Forge is up right now, and we'll be seeing, of course, that gateway and cannon sometime very shortly as well. RoXKISPomi heading back over here with this probe. I'm actually not quite sure what he was doing with that initially. I think he moved on down just to check down here just momentarily. But here comes the expansion. Yes, Nexus is being dropped before the cannon and gateway. Back over here, we can see probes trying to dance around, trying to allow WhiteOwl to drop this down, but no, WhiteOwl getting that proxy pylon dropped by RoXKISPomi, so he will be forced to use these first 4 Zerglings to take care of that. We should be seeing the Queen sometime soon, too. We might as well start that now. There we go. Queen is coming out, because either way, of course, this expansion will be delayed. Now, let's see if Pomi decides to let this finish. Yes, he does. So it has been finished, so again, he will have to use these first 4 Zerglings to actually take that out. Back over here, we can see the drone scout finally will be moving into the base here of Pomi. He will be catching that Forge Fast expand. You can see the cannon right there, and of course, there is that Nexus. Nothing else going on for Pomi, unfortunately. Looks like that pylon did get taken out, temporarily supply blocking Pomi. But he should have that taken care of sometime soon. Actually, no, where is his, he's not coming down with another pylon. I'm not sure. There we go. Finally coming down with that additional pylon to get rid of that supply block. He really should have preemptively did that, because he should have expected, obviously, that pylon here at the expansion would get taken out. But either way, we do have the Zergling moving across the map. Now, he, of course, will not be able to push into this expansion here for Pomi, but he'll probably chill out sometime somewhere right outside over here. He could actually even move up into this position just to see if there's any scouts or any sort of pressure or aggression. Not aggression, but any additional scouts coming out. It's going to be quite some time until Pomi's actually able to move out with anything resembling aggression. Expansion just about finished right now for WhiteOwl, a little bit over half. We do have finally that extractor is up and running, just about enough Vespian gas to start that metabolic boost that will be coming as soon as he hits 100 Vespian. We do have that second Queen coming out, might very well be dropping a creep tumor on his way to the expansion and then getting ready to inject larva at that next cycle. We do have one Zerglin chilling, unfortunately a little bit too far away from that Zelnog tower to actually grant him vision. Not that it matters all that much, because again, it will be quite a while until Pomi can actually push out. Now we do have several different options of which we could see from Pomi. Some of the most popular things are 6 and 7 gate level 1 pushes. Very popular tactic for a Protoss player who goes Forge Fast expand. But I mean, I've seen things like double Stargate to open with Phoenix and Void Ray play. It is possible for someone to move into Colossus play as well, although that you don't see that quite as often. Usually with Forge Fast expand, what you do mostly see is that a heavy gateway push, and Zergling getting taken out by the cannon. Cannon sitting right now with 1 kill. That Zergling was in hot pursuit of the probe, didn't end up pulling back in time to escape the death of that cannon, but not the biggest of deals. We have WhiteOwl, still no creep tumor, so actually not trying to connect those 2 bases quite yet. Does have that Roach Horn coming through. Also, Metabolic Boost getting close to finished. I would really like to see him connect those bases. It makes any defense much easier, although again, not really too concerned about any pushes right quite as of yet from RoXKISPomi. If any major pushes did come, it would be coming somewhere around the 8 or 9 minute mark, so he does have a bit of time before he's really worried about too much of anything. We have a Twilight Council coming out for Pomi, so Pomi will be doing something a little bit fanciful. He could be going for Blink Stalkers, could also be trying to go up to some Dark Templar. That is quite possible as well, so we will have to keep an eye on what he decides to do. Now we do have WhiteOwl coming out with what looks to be a very aggressive stance. He's got 8 roaches coming out right now, and it looks like they are in fact rallied right outside of the main base here of Pomi, so we will be seeing some aggressive play. We can see those roaches will be rallied to this position, and the idea, what I'm guessing he's going to do, is just go roach and lots of speedlings and attempt to break this. Now, my major concern right now is that it does look like we've got Dark Shrine coming out. There it is. So Dark Shrine is coming out for Pomi, so he will be in those Dark Templar very, very soon, and I am not sure the WhiteOwl will be able to deal with that. Hopefully he gets his Layer Tech and or an Evolution Chamber so he can drop some Spore Crawlers, but I mean, right now Pomi is in danger of taking heavy losses, but as we can see, Dark Shrine is about halfway finished right now. Once that gets in, obviously Pomi will be in a strong position to fend this off, but WhiteOwl, what he needs to do is try to break this before that point. So we can see right now that Chrono Boost of that level 1 upgrade coming through. We have another Photon Cannon coming in, but here comes the roaches right now, and they will be trying to just break down this wall and allow that reinforcement of speedlings to come on through. We've got the layer as well as an Evolution Chamber come out. I don't think, no, he didn't scout that, but just in case, in preparation for that Dark Shrine, he will be all set. Zergling's trying to sneak on in, force field trapping a few of them in. The cannon's taken out very quickly. Those roaches doing what they're intended to, dropping the forge, and right now Pomi trying to get as many buildings as possible to stop those Zerglings from running on in. We got Zerglings trying to push on in right now. Sentries doing what they can. A couple of Zealots. We do have a couple Zerglings though within the range of those sentries. The cannons plus that sentry fire managed to drop it. Pomi doing a good job thus far of defending against this push, and it looks like WhiteOwl will be headed back home right now. Now, do we have any Dark Templar? No, not quite as of yet. He hasn't. There we go. 3 Dark Templar getting warped in. 4, in fact, they're getting warped in right here in the low ground, and those will be headed straight to WhiteOwl's base. Now, is he retreating or is he trying to keep up this aggression? He must see this. You can definitely see those Dark Templar moving across right now. He can see that wave. So let's see. Yes, he's got a couple of Spore Crawlers coming on through right now to be able to defend. He's also pulling back with his units, so that's once those Spore Crawlers do spot them, he'll be able to actually take them out. So it doesn't look like this DT harass will end up doing too much, although Dark Templar about to sneak on in. The Spore Crawlers are not quite finished, but uh-oh, there's an Overseer, so no problem. Speedling's going to get us around. Look how fast those Dark Templar actually shred through those, though. Dark Templar are doing a lot of damage. They will be taken out, though, so unfortunately for Pomi, not able to do quite as much damage as he may have hoped. I think we just did see another. We've got still 4 Dark Templar in play. Where are they? Looks like they will be dropping this expansion, so Pomi looking to move into his 3rd right now. Now, not a whole lot going on. I'm a little bit concerned. WhiteOwl streaming across the map with these Overlords. This is very peculiar. I don't think he intended to do this. I think the rally point just ended up setting these, but these guys are super susceptible to Stalker fire. There's, in fact, nothing that they can do. If we get a couple Stalkers or Sentries moving in on those Overlords, that is a huge, huge supply loss. There we go. WhiteOwl finally realizing that those Overlords are not in a good position, spreading them out and getting ready to put them in possibly some sort of hidden areas where where any Stalkers or Sentries won't be able to target fire them down. And I don't think Pomi actually realized that those Overlords were moving across the map. Is able to take out this one though with those 2 Archons and 2 Sentries. So what do we have right now for Pomi? What is his next step? We can see Observer coming on through from that one Robotics. Doesn't have too many gateways. Finally dropping a few more over here. He is coming out with that Blink Research as well as that level 2 upgrade for those ground units. Also the armor upgrade is coming out. So right now Pomi will just be sitting in his base. Unfortunately for him, the DT Harass didn't do that much damage, but at the same time, WhiteOwl's early Roach Speedling aggression wasn't able to break Pomi either. So both of them, I'd say, are pretty much about even. Taking a look there at the unit loss tab, we can see, yes, in terms of resources lost, they are about the same. Obviously Pomi has lost a lot less in terms of numbers, but those Dark Templar being so very expensive, that's pretty much what's making it about even right now for Pomi and WhiteOwl. Coming out with upgrades, we've got the Burrow Research coming out, as well as that speed upgrade for those Roaches. Robotics Bay coming on through here as well for Pomi. Do have an Overlord Scout moving through with that increased speed. He will be getting a good scout of what's going on. He saw the Robo, seeing that Twilight Council researching there as well. Also that Forge researching was spotted there by WhiteOwl, so getting some nice scouting there. He's got a fairly good idea of what's going on there. There's the Observer moving across the map. Also Dark Templar grabbing those Xel Naga Towers. That one will take out this Zergling in one fell swoop. There we go, and then grabbing the Stealth Noggin Tower. Sorry for the pause, I just thought that would be entertaining. Back over here, we can see a Roach attack coming out for WhiteOwl, moving straight into Pommy's, what I'm guessing will be his third. Yes, he has spotted that out with the Overlord, so we'll be moving up there with those Roaches. Realize, again, we do have Brood Roaches. We are coming out those Vengeful Sacks as well, so we'll be able to transport with those Overlords. Nice force fields, though, trapping a few of those Roaches, and see you later to the Roaches here up on the high ground. Those will get taken care of very quickly. These Roaches will, of course, want to retreat. He is really not in the position to deal with that force. However small it is, that plus those cannons, those Roaches can really not push into this. And look at this nice wall off here, preventing any Zerglings with the cannons right behind to reinforce and help deal with any possible Roach threat. So very nice defensive measures here from Pommy. He is feeling pretty safe right now to deal with any possible aggression that we may be seeing from WhiteOwl quite as of yet. Really doesn't have enough in terms of units or anything for that matter. Let's take a quick look here at the army tab. We can see WhiteOwl is certainly ahead of what Pommy has, but again, with these static defenses, there's really not a whole lot that WhiteOwl can do to break this quite at the moment, especially with these few sentries dropping down some force fields as well. Will make it pretty much impossible for WhiteOwl to break Pommy at this point in the game. We can see trying to come out right now with a few things. We've got one Dark Templar moving across the map. The one that was at this tower will be heading on down, and actually, is this vulnerable? No, it is not. We've got the Spine Crawler, the Overseer, and the Spore Crawler. So if the Dark Templar does try to move in there, he will get dropped. We can see he's actually moving down to try to scout this expansion. We'll get a few free kills here. I might get a Roach or two as well. So no major pushes for the past couple of minutes. Not the biggest of deals, though. We have a Spire coming out, as well as that Infestation Pit here for WhiteOwl. In terms of what Pommy's got going on, look at these upgrades. Level 3 upgrade just about to finish. Level 2 armor upgrade almost done as well. Thermal Lance coming on through for those Colossus. I'm really feeling like right now Pommy's in a comfortable position. Now we do have WhiteOwl on that third base, but at the same time Pommy's on third base as well. Roaches will be trying to make their push right now. First trying to drop that pylon, and here we go, sneaking on in, but getting trapped there by the Blink Stalkers. Will be forced to retreat. So really didn't do that much damage. Took a few losses there as well. I think that actually may have put him, yes, quite a bit behind right now. WhiteOwl is certainly hurting. We do have this Dark Templar. How many kills did he get? Looks like he got 4. So I think he took out those 3 Roaches plus that 1 drone as well. And what is going on? Attempted drop here inside of the main and natural expansion, trying to do a little bit of damage, but it doesn't look like he was able to do too much. We saw, we did see Pommy was able to pull away with those drones. So that drop that was attempted here by WhiteOwl really didn't do that much damage. Take another look at the unit loss tab. Yeah, it doesn't look like Pommy lost that much. Sorry for missing the initial push with that drop, but it looks like, well, we didn't really miss that much at all. Dark Templar was taken care of. Overseer plus those Roaches managed to drop that. Now, right now, WhiteOwl, I am not entirely sure as to what he's doing. He knows right now that Pommy's on 3 bases, but he is still sitting on. There we go. Finally coming up with his 4th, and that is really a lot later than he really wanted it to be. Let's take a look here at the income tab. WhiteOwl is ahead, but still being on 3 bases. When your Protoss opponent's on 3 bases, as a Zerg player, you need that 4th. He was trying to drop and do some damage, but again, as we saw, it didn't work quite that well. Some nice sniping of those Overlords. Look at that huge supply block right now for WhiteOwl. We also have Pommy moving up into his 4th as well. So WhiteOwl really looking to be in a tough spot right now. Just sitting with those Roaches. He does have a couple of Infestors coming out. A few Corruptors in play as well, although I'm not quite sure where. There we go. So there are the Corruptors. So Roach, Corruptor, Infestor is what we've got Owl sitting at the moment. Pommy's got this what's resembling a Protoss Death Ball. We'd like to see a Void Ray in there for that full Death Ball effect, although not entirely necessary. We've got a Greater Spire coming out, so we will be seeing some Broodlords here from WhiteOwl. Also working on those level 2 upgrades, finally coming out with some shield upgrades. That is the absolute last thing you get as a Protoss player, focusing on the weapons and armor upgrades far before those shields. You almost never see a shield, in all honesty, in professional games. Nexus just about complete right now for Pommy. Pommy is pushing right now onto what is the 4th expansion, but actually no, pulling back, and we'll be engaging right now. So big engagement going down. We do have those Stalkers blinking forward, trying to snipe down some of those Infestors. Some nice force field action. 2 Colossus now down to just the 1. Those Corruptors doing quite a bit of damage. Nice force fields though, splitting the army here of WhiteOwl, and he just mopped up everything. We'll be pushing on in, and there is the GG. Pommy opened up this game with a Forge Fast Expand. Upon seeing this, WhiteOwl dropped a Roach Warren and decided to go for early Roach Speedling aggression to attempt to break Pommy's frontal wall. With some great force fields and additional building placement, Pommy was able to successfully defend the push from WhiteOwl, and this is something that set WhiteOwl quite a bit behind because he did invest a lot in this initial early game aggression. Pomi did get a Dark Shrine with his initial Forge Fast Expand build, and immediately after defending the Roach Speedling push from WhiteOwl, he moved out with his Dark Templar. However, WhiteOwl was amply prepared. We can see here some Spore Crawlers coming in, as well as an Overseer, and that allowed him to quickly take out the Dark Templar without taking too much damage. WhiteOwl moved into his third expansion, and shortly thereafter, Pomi got a third as well. Rather than move into his fourth, WhiteOwl tried to drop on Pomi and do a bit of damage, but unfortunately for him, this did not end up doing that much damage, as Pomi was able to successfully respond. We can see pulling his drones away, and then up here, he was able to get in some units, as well as his Photon Cannon, to deal with these Zerglings. At this point, Pomi really was quite a bit ahead, and then to top it all off, this engagement really worked in his favor. We're going to see some excellent force field splitting, then using the Stalkers to try to take out these Corruptors, and then sniping down some of those Infestors as well. And as you can see, this engagement was really completely one-sided, and then forced the GG. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you do enjoy the content. If you do like these commentaries, strategy videos, and everything else that's produced on the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Thanks again, guys, and as always, keep watching and keep owning.